Now, as part of the Narendra Modi government's Jammu and Kashmir outreach after the abrogation of Article 370, 17 union ministers will visit the union territory today. Among the 12 ministers, one will visit Srinagar, a first by any Modi Mantri during the outreach, which started on January 18th. The ministers visiting the Jammu and Kashmir today include Nitin Gadkari, Kiran Rijiju and VK Singh. These ministers will visit parts of Jammu division and address public meetings in order to apprise people about the positives of Article 370 purge. Meanwhile, Minority Affairs Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi will visit Srinagar, where he's scheduled to meet people and BJP workers as well as the local leaders.
I want to start by understanding.
So we've got ministers from the Modi cabinet who are going to be in Jammu and Kashmir today. But the significant part about this outreach is that for the first time, a mantri from the Modi cabinet will visit Srinagar today. We've seen a lot of them visit Jammu, speak to local leaders, speak to the people. But then we've got one in Srinagar today.
They are sending 36 union ministers to Jammu and Kashmir. But look at these cowards. 31 are going to Jammu and only 5 to Kashmir. And whom are they going to talk to in Kashmir? To the former chief ministers? They can't. They're all in jail. Farooq Abdullah is in jail. Omar Abdullah is in jail. Mehbooba is in jail. Whom are they going to talk to? And why are they so frightened of going to Shaheen Bagh? I went to Shaheen Bagh.
My colleague Sunilji Bhatt now joins us on the phone line for more on the story. Now, Sunilji, we've had several ministers come to Jammu and speak to local leaders, people trying to help them understand the positives of Article 370 purge. But what is significant about today is that there's going to be a minister in Srinagar as well. Can you help us understand who are these people meeting? What is the sort of message that they're trying to give to the people of Jammu and Kashmir?
Well, Radhika, Modi government has launched a mega public outreach program in Jammu and Kashmir, and as part of this public outreach program, as many Council of Ministers are visiting Jammu and Kashmir, and already many ministers have visited. Today is day 4 of this mega public outreach program, and as many as 11 ministers are going to visit Jammu region today, and one minister, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, is visiting Srinagar, and he is going to lay the foundation stone for school on the outskirts of Srinagar city, and at the same time he's also going to meet the elected representatives of panchayats and block development councils. The effort of the Modi government is to reach out to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, win their hearts and minds, and to also aware them about the benefits of the revocation of Article 370 and 35A. But Radhika, we have seen that when Modi government announced that they were going to launch this mega public outreach program, opposition has been targeting the government. They have been saying that it's a propaganda visit and they are only meeting selected group of people. But we have been covering the visit of the union ministers.
We've seen, Sunilji, that the opposition, of course, has not taken lightly to this move by the Modi government. And as you said, we'll see how the people also react of the valley, because at the moment there are still curbs in the valley. Thank you for getting us that update. Now, Supreme Court today will hear a batch of petitions challenging the legality of abrogation of Article 370 last year in Jammu and Kashmir. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Justice NV Ramana will hear 23 petitions filed before the apex court which challenge the legality of centre's August 5th move. The petitioners argue that the government's move of scrapping 370 and dividing Jammu and Kashmir into 2 union territories is unconstitutional. The petitioners have argued that the abrogation of Article 370 violates democracy, federalism and fundamental rights and was done against the consent of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So we've got these petitions in the Supreme Court today, even as the government on their part is trying to assuage the people of the valley as well as Jammu. As far as the Supreme Court is concerned, there are several petitions which the Supreme Court will hear today. And all these petitioners are questioning the legality of the move. They've said that the move is being unconstitutional. It goes against the fundamental rights of the people. And you've got several petitions in the Supreme Court, and we'll have to see how many of them are heard today, what really is the procedure about it. We'll go about that later in the day. Now, Geeta Gopinath, the chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, said that India was primarily responsible for the downgrade in global growth. This as the IMF has also cut India's growth forecast to 4.8%. IMF has also cut down global growth forecasts owing to the economic slowdown in India and other emerging markets. Speaking exclusively to India today at the ongoing 50th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos, she elaborated on the global fallout of India's slowdown. Gopinath said that the economic slowdown in India had impacted global forecasts up to 80%. She said the financial sector is under stress and there was a sharp decline in credit growth. Meanwhile, AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has taken potshots at the Modi government. In a tweet, he sarcastically remarked that even impossible is possible under PM Modi.
I want to start by understanding from you the extent to which you think and the IMF believes that the slowdown in India is currently lowering the overall global economic.
So we've projected growth at 2.9% for 2019 and 3.3% for 2020. That's 0.1 percentage point lower compared to October. And you know, the vast majority of that comes from our downgrade for India, which was quite significant for both years.
So how much of the overall global economic growth forecast that's been lowered has been lowered on account of the India story slowing?
I mean, if you just do the simple calculation, it would be over 80%.
Wow, that's quite significant. I want to understand from you, what is your road ahead? Because in the report that you put out just now, you're saying that the India growth story will be at 4.8%, which is substantially lower than your original estimates. When we spoke last year, the IMF was far more bullish. What, according to you, led to such a significant revision?
So the first 2 quarters of fiscal year 2019-20 came in weaker than we had projected, which is why we had this substantial downgrade. I think the one sector where we are seeing the most stress is in the financial sector, the non-bank financial corporations. We've seen a sharp decline in credit growth and a weakness in business sentiment. And that has led to the revised numbers that we have for India now.
What's your outlook going forward? Do you believe the bottom has reached and from here we'll see a pickup, because no one quite seems to be certain about where the bottom really is?
So we have India recovering. So we have India at 4.8% for 2019, but then going up to 5.8% in 2020. So we have a significant recovery coming in the next fiscal year. There's a fair amount of monetary stimulus in the system. The corporate tax cuts are there. And there have been these programs for transfers to the rural sector. These should help with the recovery in growth.
What are you making of the policy measures the government has rolled out so far? There have been some reports, most notably from Arvind Subramaniam, which said that, while of course land and labor are important reforms, given the current situation, that's not necessarily what will provide the stimulus. In the way that you see it and the IMF sees it, what's the kind of stimulus that you think that the Indian policymaker should really be looking at?
I think the most major issue to address is this weakness in credit growth that I mentioned. And so policies that can, resuscitate credit growth, but at the same time one has to make sure that you don't create another non-performing asset problem. I think that's the first step. So it could be quicker recapitalization of banks. I think that would be an important area. But there's also has to be important governance reforms. Again, like I said, you don't want down the road to be another whole set of issues with non-performing assets. So governance reforms are also important. And besides that, there is monetary stimulus in the system and the corporate tax cuts. I mean, these are forces that we project will help India go back up to 5.8%.
Co-presented by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
A day after Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal carried out a mega roadshow in the national capital, the CM will file his nomination from New Delhi seat at Jamnagar House at 11 a.m. today. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal had won the seat in 2013 and 2015 polls. Congress has fielded Ramesh Savarwal against the Delhi Chief Minister. BJP, though, is yet to field a candidate against him. Kejriwal, who was supposed to file nomination papers yesterday but was delayed in reaching the nomination centre and could not file his papers. Meanwhile, in a setback to BJP alliance ahead of the polls, Akali Dal is adamant to contest on their own because of party symbol and miffed over CAA and will not be fighting the elections alongside the BJP. The BJP will contest the polls in coalition with its Bihar partners JDU and LJP, who will be given one seat each. The JDU will contest from Burari seat and LJP candidate will contest from Simapuri. Remember, Delhi goes to polls on February 8th and the results will be declared 3 days later on the 11th of February.
मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि दिल्ली के लोगों ने जैसे 5 साल पहले भारी बहुमत से जिताया था, 5 साल में हम लोगों ने बहुत ईमानदारी से काम किया है, बहुत मेहनत से काम किया है और मेरी सबसे बड़ी आज संतुष्टि ये है कि दिल्ली की जनता बहुत खुश है और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि आने वाले चुनाव में इस काम को देखते हुए जनता भारी बहुमत देगी।
अब देखिए, पार्टी ने जो भी निर्णय लिया है उसकी अपनी कुछ सोच ही होगी और इसलिए ये निर्णय हुआ और भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरी 70 की 70 सीटों पे बहुत ही सुनियोजित तरीके से हम इसको जीतने के लिए अपने कैंडिडेट का रणनीति बना रहे हैं। उनमें से एक रणनीति आई है, हम अपने गठबंधन के साथ गए हैं जो पूरे राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे हमारे एनडीए के गठबंधन के साथी हैं।
Now, as anti-CA protests at Delhi Shaheen Bagh continue for over a month now, a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court against the closure of the Shaheen Bagh Kalindi Kunj Road. Lawyer activist Amit Sani has filed a special leave petition in the Apex Court seeking supervision of the situation in Shaheen Bagh, where several women are sitting on an indefinite protest for over a month now. The Delhi High Court on January 14th did not order removal of traffic restrictions, but instead directed the police to use its wisdom depending on the ground reality. The cops have once again urged the protesters to end the blockade in view of hardships faced by the people. The cops have said that school students are facing a lot of difficulties. Deepika Padukone, meanwhile, was also recognized for her work at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Deepika received the annual Crystal Award for her leadership in raising mental health awareness. The awards are given to cultural leaders who are improving the state of their world through a contribution to an inclusive and sustainable change. Deepika was present in Davos to personally receive the award. Now, shifting our focus, and amid massive uproar, the Andhra Pradesh Assembly adopted the resolution on 3 capitals via voice vote. Former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, along with TDP MLAs, were detained and were shifted to the police station. This after Andhra government introduced the Decentralization and Inclusive Development of All Regions Bill in the Assembly, which will pave way for the creation of 3 capital cities in Andhra Pradesh. The 3 proposed capitals are Visakhapatnam as the executive capital, Amravati as the legislative capital and Kurnool as the judicial capital. All this amid massive protests in Andhra Pradesh, where TDP chief led Chalo Assembly march earlier in the day, leading to the detention of over 100 TDP leaders and workers. The TDP is up in arms over the 3 capital plan, termed Jagan's move, a political conspiracy to kill Amravati. India made a remarkable comeback in the one-day international series against Australia. After the win in the decider in Bengaluru, Yuzvendra Chahal was back behind the microphone as he quizzed Rohit about his 6-hitting prowess and Kuldeep on his game plan against the Aussies.
तो चैल टीवी वापस आ गया है, मेरी फेवरेट सिटी बेंगलोर। और लास्ट टाइम जो एपिसोड गब्बर पाजी ने लिया था, उन्होंने बोला था मैं दांत ठीक करवाने गया हूँ, फाइनली थोड़े दांत मेरे ठीक हो गए हैं। और आज हमारे साथ है रोहित शर्मा एंड कुलदीप यादव। रोहित भैया, इस ग्राउंड पे आप 4 मैचों में 450 रन बना चुके हो। ऑस्ट्रेलिया अगेंस्ट 200 भी बनाया आपने यहीं पे ही। और मतलब कुछ खास लगा हुआ है क्या इस टीम के साथ आपका?
नहीं, मैं एंजॉय करता हूँ इनके सामने खेलना। अच्छी टीम है। जब अच्छी टीम के सामने आप खेलते हो तो आपका बेस्ट अपने आप सामने आ ही जाता है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया चाहे घर हो या बाहर हो, दोनों जगह अच्छा खेलती है, तो हमारे को भी ज़रूरत था कि अच्छा प्रदर्शन दिखाना है। पहले मैच हम हार गए, बट हमने अच्छा कमबैक किया।
मतलब आपके जो आजकल आपने 5-6 छक्के मारे आज, तो मतलब आज अभी दूर की और ऊंचाई पे भी मार रहे हो। मतलब वो पावर, मतलब किसी भी पोजीशन पे आगे आप कैसे करके वो कैसे मार लेते हो यार? वो
पावर की बात नहीं है यार, इसमें टेक्निक ज़रूरी है। मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि छक्का मारना इज़ नॉट अबाउट पावर, इट्स अबाउट टाइमिंग ऑल्सो। अच्छा टाइम करोगे ना आप, बॉल बैट इतने अच्छे होते हैं हमारे, तो अपने आप चला जाता है। मुझे मैं कभी सोचता नहीं हूँ कि मुझे ऊपर मारना है, ग्राउंड के बाहर मारना है, मुझे सिर्फ रोप के पीछे मारना है यार। मुझे 6 रन ही मिलता है, 8 रन थोड़ी मिलता है।
आई थिंक बैट के साथ कुछ और भी अच्छा होना चाहिए छक्का मारने के लिए, जो आपके पास है। और कुलदीप वेल्डन यार, आप बहुत अच्छे रिदम में दिख रहे हो। तो छोटा ग्राउंड था क्योंकि और इतना बाद सेकंड इनिंग में घुमा, पहले इनिंग में इतना घूम नहीं रहा था, तो क्या प्लान था आपका?
प्लान बस यही था कि बॉल ज़्यादा पास नहीं रखना है, बॉल थोड़ा दूर दूर रखेंगे। और वो ऐसे प्लेयर हैं, वो स्ट्राइक ज़्यादा रोटेट करते हैं, थोड़ा प्रेशर में बॉलर को रखते हैं, क्योंकि जब सिंगल चलते रहते तो प्रेशर आता है बॉलर पे। तो वैसे ही वो खेले थे, बड़े शॉट के लिए वो गए नहीं क्योंकि उनको स्ट्रेंथ नहीं थी। पर बड़ी टीम है, अच्छे प्लेयर हैं, अच्छे बैटिंग करते हैं, तो प्लान बिल्कुल सिंपल था कि ज़्यादा फ्लाइट नहीं करनी, ज़्यादा उनको हवा नहीं देनी है, और उसी के साथ से पेस वेरी करना बहुत ज़रूरी था इनके अगेंस्ट, उसमें थोड़े से फंसे।
चलो अब आप दोनों का बहुत हो गया, अब थोड़ा मेरी तारीफ भी हो जाए। आज मैंने फील्डिंग करी है।
हाँ यार, सीरियसली आई हैव टू आस्क दिस, एवरीबॉडी अंडर एस्टिमेट्स योर फील्डिंग, बट आपने जो पिछले 2 मैचेस में शिखर धवन हमारे अंदर जाके बैठ गए थे दोनों मैच में, तो आपने बढ़िया प्रदर्शन दिखाया फील्डिंग में। आप बॉल पे तेज आते हो, तो आप फील्डिंग में कुछ मेहनत करते हो जब ये आपको मौका मिलता है, क्योंकि आपके पास अच्छा थ्रो है, आपके पास बॉल कवर जो करना होता है ग्राउंड पे वो भी आप अच्छा करते हो।
पहले मतलब था कि थोड़ा सा कैचेज छूट रहे थे, लेकिन बाद में अब मैं जब भी हमारा नेक्स्ट सेशन होता है तो मैं थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लगाता हूँ फील्डिंग पे, क्योंकि आई थिंक उससे मेरे को काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस आया, और स्पेशली जो वो लास्ट रनआउट हुआ तो उससे ज़्यादा और मोटिवेट हुआ।
रनआउट के बारे में कुछ बोलना चाहोगे? जो आपने अच्छा थ्रो मारा, इसने पकड़ा नहीं यार
वो रनआउट मैं थोड़ा डबल माइंड हो गया, मैं रिवर्स कप में चला गया पकड़ने के, रिवर्स कप तो उसमें छूट गया। वो बहुत सिंपल था रनआउट, शायद से अगर वो रनआउट उस टाइम पे हो जाता तो और भी कम रन होते।
चलो फिर अभी चलो
नहीं, मैं बोलना ये चाह रहा हूँ, चहल ज़्यादा आपको माइक नहीं पकड़ना है, आपको बॉल पकड़ना है। बट अभी हम देखेंगे बहुत जल्दी चहल को अपने असली अवतार में बॉल डालते हुए, और स्लिप में मैं ही कैच पकड़ूंगा।
बिल्कुल। और चहल टीवी जल्दी मिलेगा आपको न्यूजीलैंड में, नोटिफाइड चल के दिखाओ।